Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Trenchless Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. And today I'm going to be taking you guys back almost a couple years to the day for a county's first self-installation of SnapTite. It was old 42-inch going inside of a equivalent of an Arch 48-inch CMP. So as you guys can see with this first picture, luckily I'd reached out at the right time. On September 15th, 2021, I went out for a culvert inspection with the county. And the reason they wanted to save these culverts is, well, first off, they were about 10 feet under the road and it was a paved road. But most importantly, if they were to dig and replace these culverts, it would put folks on about a 30-minute detour to get from point A to point B if they were going from east to west in the county. And then on top of that, it would have taken them about a month to complete this project because in this part of Colorado, it is quite difficult to get the materials to get this road back to the original condition that was in. So few reasons there why they wanted to save this CMP. As you guys can see with the look inside, it was definitely starting to corrode away. And for them, it was not worth taking the risk about making it through another winter. So a few weeks later, or almost a month later, on October 20th, we met at the job site. And you guys can see here what that SnapTite looks like with the wood bracing inside to keep the pipe ovalized until after the grouting process. And another look there. But the entire process was done that day. The culvert was generally clean to begin with, so that wasn't too much of an issue. But they did have to get those grouting tubes U-bolted to the top of the CMP first thing that morning. And then you can see them when they're all in place, as well as how they were positioned. So with this project, there were two runs of, I want to say about 100, I'm sorry, each of them were about 65 feet in length. So each side was lined with three 24-foot sticks, but within each CMP, considering it was about 65 feet in length, they had that first grouting tube in the middle going about 50 feet, that second grouting tube going 30 feet, and that third grouting tube going a little over 20 feet, it looks like. But on top of that, they had a small vent tube just poking through the bulkhead a couple inches. And that allowed the residual water and air to get pumped out as they were pumping the grout in. So back to the actual installation of the SnapTite liner. All gaskets were put in ahead of time. They started lubricating the pipe as they were brought to the job site. And as far as the actual pit where the liner was to be installed, it was quite the muddy mess. So to start off each culvert, the first two lay lengths were connected outside the pit and then brought in together. But getting into some snapping videos and sliding videos. Simple as that, as always. And then as far as sliding the liner into the hose pipe, so to protect the joint when they were moving in every section or every assembled lay length until they got to the last pipe, they were strapping it off and then up against the bucket. And then they were using that to facilitate getting the pipe or the liner into the hose pipe. But then once they got to that last one, they figured they didn't even need to waste time with the ropes because they were just going to cut it flush at the end of the day. And it didn't matter if they damaged that joint. So they just put the bucket up against that liner and push it right in. So again, even with no cleaning done, because the culvert was generally in good shape, but it had, a rougher surface, that smooth exterior of that SnapTite pipe was able to slide right over all that debris and still give them that fully structural 100-year design life liner. I've got another video here of it sliding into place. So that about does it for this install. We got another look here at the inlet side of the culverts once the installation was completed, and a look at the outlet as well. So that was done at 3:50 p.m. Both sides were completely lined, and then grouting tubes were in place as of 11:27. So you're looking at a little under 4.5 hours to complete this install of 144 feet of old 42-inch for their first time. And yeah, so again, as smooth as it can be. And that about does it for this Trenchless Tuesday. Feel free to reach out if you guys have any questions or any potential projects before the snow starts flying. and we will see you next week. Thanks.